We have that. All right, I just have that for Lisa. Okay, Louis, you can take it away.
Okay. Who do you, executive Toastmasters, consider to be among the greats of public speaking? Take a moment and try to recall 2 or 3 that you would put on your list. The true greats that instantly come to mind.
Zig Ziglar.
Les Brown.
Yeah.
Barack Obama.
I would say Bill Clinton. I'm Bill Clinton.
No, I have to. Ronald Reagan. We had to listen to him in political science. Reagan.
Hillary Clinton. She was right about everything.
Okay, well, thank you for participating. Those names come to mind. Others could be Aristotle, Lincoln, Churchill, Dr. King. They all inspired us, informed us, and enhanced our lives. And many of those you just mentioned changed the world. But today, I'd like to add 4 names that I would consider among the greats of speaking because they've made a difference in my life. And the names that I propose are Post, Pop, Lindstrom, and Fisher. So what all those names have in common?
They're the last names of our executive Toastmasters.
Right, exactly. They're all members of executive Toastmasters. And those 4 and everybody in this club have inspired me and improved my life and made a big difference in the most important public speaking I ever do. And that's teaching my 8th grade Sunday school class, which I've done for 27 years. So I hope that when we think about this list, when we think about Post, Pop, Lindstrom, Fisher, and then some examples I'm going to give you how they've really improved my life and taught me. I hope that the purpose of this speech is to just let us celebrate each other and what we truly have in this club, because it's very, very special. So, Eric Post. During the darkest early days of COVID, Eric gave a speech based on the children's dance, the Hokey Pokey. And Eric had all of us 30 to 70-year-olds standing up and putting our right hand in and putting our left foot in and turning around, and we laughed full of laughter and reinvigoration. And Eric inspired me to use that in my 8th grade Sunday school class. So I've had to teach a couple of lessons on forgiveness. And so I began the class by having these 8th grade guys who don't really want to do it play the Hokey Pokey. And then I let 2 or 3 of them lead, and they try to see who can outdo each other. They maybe put their elbow in, or maybe they put their ear in, and eventually they turn themselves around. So then I tie that to the lesson on forgiveness. You know, forgiveness might mean you did me wrong. I owe you and I'm going to get you. But when we forgive someone, we really turn ourselves around, put that behind us and forget it. And those kids love that lesson and they remember it. I've had one a year later say, hey, Mr. Covington, do you still have them do the Hokey Pokey? So a very effective lesson. Thank you, Eric Post. Anna Pop. Anna gave a wonderful speech in here a couple of years ago based on the game 2 Truths and a Lie. And Anna gave us 3 little stories about her college life and growing up in her career. We had to guess which was the lie. I was so inspired, I thought I can use that in my Sunday school class. So in the 3 times since then, we've had a new group of 13-year-olds come in. I've decided to use that game to learn about them. If I had 10 or 12 7th and 8th grade boys in a little room and I said, okay, we're going to go around and I want everybody to tell me about yourself, how would that work? Not too good. 13-year-olds don't do that. But what if you say, hey, we're going to play the game 2 Truths and a Lie? Most of them know. And I go first, and then I have my co-teacher present them. And I always have picked out at least one young man that will participate. And we just quickly go all the way around the room and we learn about each other, and it's fun and it's engaging for the guys. Thank you, Anna Pop. Or Christy Lindstrom. I had the privilege once to evaluate Christy when she gave the get to the point speech. And that's a point where we're to focus exclusively on one objective and reinforce it all the way through our speech. So we're crystal clear what the point of the speech is. So I was so impressed with the wonderful job Christy did, the best I've ever heard done on that speech, that I thought I can use that in Sunday school. So each week when I teach now, I have a giant poster and I cut the meat of the lesson down to one single word. Say it may be forgiveness, or it may be serving. I don't even make it serving others, just one word. And several times as I teach, I say, okay, now what's the point of our lesson? Or how does this scripture relate to serving others? Then at the end of the lesson, I say, okay, I want everybody to go home and tell your dad today that we had a lesson on serving. Yeah, they like it and it seems to work. It really makes a point and keeps them focused. Thank you, Anna Pop. Maggie Fisher. Maggie gave a wonderful icebreaker speech in our club in which she used an onion as her object lesson. As Maggie would talk about the different scenarios of her life, she would peel a layer of the onion off and then get to the next part of her life. Then she would peel another layer of onion off and get to the next point in her life. And so finally we had a really neat inside look at what made Maggie Fisher. And it worked so well, I just had to use that in my Sunday school class. Any class you teach that's where there's a chance to do progressive thinking and revelation, I use the onion. So for instance, if I were to teach a lesson on spiritual growth, I might have the onion. And you peel back selfishness in your life. You peel back temptation in your life. You peel back resentment in your life. And finally, you get to the true heart of the matter. And those kids like that lesson rather than looking around in the sky and thinking about who to shoot with a spitball. They focus. They love the idea of peeling the onion. So everybody in this club has inspired me. Because we only have 7 minutes, I picked those 4. In conclusion, in this club, every one of us, each one of us are greats. We've all inspired each other and we've all informed each other and we've all enhanced each other as friends and as communicators. Sometimes we've done that with the content of our speech, sometimes with the passion that we've talked about, and sometimes just in the techniques we've used that you've let me borrow so well. I can't wait to continue growing in this club and to see what I'm going to learn next. And how about you? So, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much for that beautiful speech, Louis.